Good afternoon, viewers, and welcome back to this week's episode of Generation C. My name is Jemima Ndebele, and here we bring you all things youth news related to culture, creation, and connection, alongside my lovely co-host,
Reason. And if you still don't know, Generation C is the show that aims at empowering and equipping the youth through all our three segments, which is first, The Zone, School Corner, and Varsity Chat Room.
We also recap on The Zone, giving you reason why it's the best Youth Tuesday read that you can find out there.
And today is Car Insurance Day. So if you have a vehicle, please make sure you get it insured. And now let's get into our daily ad.
I hope our aspiring and current drivers took note of the importance of car insurance in that ad. Now, moving on to The Zone, on page 1, we have Martin Ayanda Ndlovu, who is the head of the Skills Development Department at Microsoft Africa. Mr. Ndlovu's job includes assessing the skill level of current employees, creating effective training materials, and delivering training programs. According to Ndlovu, for Africa to become a digital hub for skills, people need to reshape their thinking around skilling. So please do stay tuned for an interview that we conducted at his premises.
If you're just joining us, my name is Elizabeth Joseph, and we are doing another episode of Generation C, and I have another guest with me to my left, but I'm going to let him introduce himself, just tell you a bit about what he's doing. Hi Martin, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, so just introduce yourself to the viewers and tell us a bit about what you do.
Sure. So my name is Martin Ndlovu. I am the head of skills development at Microsoft Africa.
Perfect. What does that entail? So for a regular Joe like me, just explain to me what your job entails.
Right. So it's a good question. You see, when you're in the digital space, in the digital business, you find that as we're transitioning now, I think a lot of people have heard about 4IR. It's just a word that's being thrown around. But when we're talking about the fourth industrial revolution, what we're really talking about is how jobs are changing. So we're with the advent of automation and AI and data, we're starting to see that certain job roles that we traditionally knew in the third industrial revolution are changing. So you will have a lot of people whose skills are just not up to date anymore and are not relevant anymore, and that's where I come in. So I'm here to build strategies to really upskill people who are in the workforce already, who are full-time professionals. We need to give them the new set of skills. And those that are just coming in, straight out of school, we need to make sure that as they enter the job market, they have the right 21st century skills. So building strategies around how do we make partnerships across the continent with universities, with large corporates and enterprises, and how really we can position these new skills into their day-to-day lives. As you know, nowadays we don't talk about university is the end of learning. We now talk about continuous learning. So as technology is evolving faster and faster, we're going to see that the skills required to keep up with that technology are going to be required on a much regular basis. And as such, we're going to need to keep upskilling ourselves going forward.
Okay, cool. And does that require you to be in an office space regularly, or do you work from home? What's that like?
Yeah, I mean, look, nowadays remote work is the new norm. So for me, it doesn't really matter where I sit as long as I have an internet connection on my device. But yeah, I do cover the whole of Africa. So maybe now due to travel restrictions and so on, I won't be visiting in person. But like I said, luckily we have the ability to do the video conferencing.
Cool. And just a little bit about yourself. How did you? What were some of the like? What educational background did you need in order for you to be in the line of work that you are?
So I have to say, I did study computer science, and obviously that helps because you truly do understand the depths of the digital skills that we're building strategies for. However, my role currently is more of a business development role than a software engineering role, for example. A lot of the stuff I'm doing right now is really more on a strategic level, and this is just stuff I've learned over the years in managing my own businesses and learning on the job.
Okay. Now, earlier on when we were talking just briefly, you said you had some hobbies. What are some of the things that Martin likes to do on a regular? Keep yourself busy with?
Oh, good question. So, ever since I was a kid, I think I was fascinated by Legos. My mom once got me this basket full of secondhand Legos that she got at a garage sale, and I just loved being able to build stuff. And now I think during COVID, I found myself at a time where I spent so much time at home and I wanted to exercise a creative ability that I have. And I got into woodwork, funny enough. So I got myself a little saw, I got myself some sanding machines and so on. And I started building furniture. In fact, most of the furniture you're going to see around here really is stuff that I've made myself. And then over time, I just started to upgrade. All of this, by the way, is from YouTube. I learned everything on YouTube. I've never done woodwork or metal work before, but just a few clicks and you know how to use a welding machine. So it's really been fun. I don't do this for any commercial purposes. It's really just a way for me to break away from my day-to-day work, be creative, and just get back to the desk feeling refreshed and renewed.
And I think just the reward of sitting at your own table and saying, hey, look at this, I made it.
Yeah, that's kind of nice too.
That's brilliant. So maybe just a few final words for you. What would you say to inspire the next young person, the next entrepreneur, the next young professional to say?
My passion is more with young Africans. Some people already know that I live by the statement, when I die, will it have mattered to Africa that I lived? I think that every single young African has a duty to this continent to play a part, to have a purpose, to do something, to move Africa forward, okay? And I think that a lot of times our young people get carried away being driven or motivated by money rather than purpose. And I'll challenge every young person out there, find that thing that you were put onto this continent for. You're on a special continent. Africa has the largest population of young people in the world. That means you're part of something big. Africa's going to have the largest workforce by 2025. That's 3 years away from now. That means that you will be a part of something that is bigger than yourself. And you need to do something, be a part of it.
Yeah, guys, I don't know if you felt that, but I certainly did. Martin is absolutely someone that has always inspired me. So I hope that this interview was also very inspiring to you guys. And yes, remember to keep it locked on Generation C. That was me, Elizabeth, and Martin. Till next time.
A very inspiring story we had there. And now on to our next page. On page 2, Pioneer Spark Primary School hosted its International Education Day celebrations this year. My Zone spoke to some of the learners to find out what education means to them. Have a look at this video we took at the school.
School is important to me and education because I love to come to school and I love to socialize with my friends. And to me, education is very important. You need it to progress in life and you need it to get a job, a good job actually. And I just love coming to school and learning. It's very fun for me.
In addition, we have our photo of the week on page 2 as well, where we captured some athletic moments from the Windhoek Gymnasium's in-house athletics preparations.
Continuing on page 2, PDMYL leader Benson Kachiriova and deputy chairperson Felicia Motingo have been released from the faction due to age. Let's have a look.
Now I'll start. Members of the committee, the top 6 of the Popular Democratic Movement, PDM held a meeting on Monday, 24 January 2022 at the PDM head office in Windhoek with the management committee of the PDM Youth League, as well as other various members of the PDM Youth League. The meeting was sanctioned by the events that transpired during the PDM Youth League Elective Congress on the 10th December 2021, which eventually led to the Congress not commencing and subsequently not reaching its logical conclusion due to uncredited delegates present at the Congress and other irregularities that were happening at the Congress. As the PDM prepares its roadmap and program of action towards 2024 presidential and national assembly elections, it is of paramount importance that all the structures of the movement are intact and functional. We have relieved Master Benson Kachiriova and Ms. Felicia Motinga from the PDM Youth League Management Committee with immediate effect. The top 6 resolved to relieve the current Secretary General of the PDM Youth League, Master Benson, and the current Vice Chairperson of PDM Youth League, Ms. Felicia Motinga, from their positions with immediate effect. The top 6 took this decision taking into cognizance that both Master Kachiriova and Ms. Motinga are above the age of 35, and it was also one thing that was contested at that Congress, although they were about to relieve their positions. Further, it was important to relieve Master Kachiriova and Ms. Motinga from their positions in the PDM Youth League Management Committee in order to allow them to effectively and efficiently exercise their duties in the National Executive Committee of the mother body, where they serve as the Secretary for Organization and Mobilization for Master Kachiriova and the Secretary of Gender Equality and Female Empowerment for Ms. Motinga.
On page 3, we take a look at the celebrations of International Education Day and the Namibian celebrations pivoting around recent report by the United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization UNESCO on the futures of education entitled Reimagining Our Futures Together, a new social contract for education.
And on page 4 and 5, we have an insightful feature about integrated smart education and the education ministry discovering that the seemingly smooth path has turned rocky.
A great Tuesday read indeed thus far. But moving on to page 6, we will be looking at some sporting events that took place over the course of the weekend. So please do enjoy some inserts that we captured over the weekend.
My name is Andrina Paulus. I'm in grade 11, waiting on my results. I started playing tennis in 2013 when I was 9 years old in grade 3. And then I stopped playing last year due to school, and I'm continuing again.
Okay, so
My first tournament for the year.
why did you decide to play tennis?
I started playing because it was a very interesting sport, not like others, and I had a very strong interest in it. That's why I started playing.
And how did you find the tournament so far?
The tournament for my age group, it's been quiet because I only played one match. It was only me and my opponent, so it was just the two of us who signed up.
How do you find your opponent?
She's good, and then I managed to win and the score was 6-6-2.
Great stuff. So what are you looking forward to? What are you excited for?
I'm excited to play more tournaments and to expand as a tennis player and get opportunities.
All right, thank you so much.
Right, we're preparing the swimmers for the coming national championships. We're preparing for the junior national championships and also for the level galas. This means will be very important for us. They are reaching certain amount of results after the break, after the December holidays. Most of our swimmers continue training during the holidays in December. It means they're basically getting back to the form where it was before. Right. This means what we will try to do now, we actually see the children doing this day and yesterday very well. We started comparing the times of their best times and where they are standing. It means so far we are very happy with the results and where they are now.
Hi, I'm Corey Sears. I'm in Wettig High School. I play tennis at Johan Tron Tennis School.
So how is the tournament so far?
It's fun. Yesterday I won my first match and then after that I lost my second match, and this morning I had to play out for third and fourth place, but I unfortunately lost and now I'm fourth.
Okay, so what have you prepared? How have you prepared for this tournament?
I've did a lot of preparation. I practice 2 hours every day from Monday until Thursday.
Okay, and what do you hope to see coming after the tournament? Do you wish to win more games or?
Yes, I only started tennis last year, so I hope to get better every day.
Do you have any friends that play with you? Do you have any classmates? Did you make new friends?
Most of them I know are from a long time and I go to school with some of them.
So what would you say to somebody who wishes to play tennis?
Just keep your head up. I know it's hard sometimes, but you just have to push through and get there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And on page 7, on the topic of full plate are teachers. On page 7, our star teacher of the week is Cecilia Strauss, and she's a teacher at MNK Gertse High School in Rehoboth.
Welcome to our second segment, School Corner, where we dive into all things related to schools in and around Namibia. This week, we'll have a look at the aforementioned celebration of International Education Day. We have clips where children talk about what education means to them. So please do stay tuned and hear what the Namibian child has to say about education.
School is important to me and education because I love to come to school and I love to socialize with my friends. And to me, education is very important. You need it to progress in life and you need it to get a job, a good job actually. And I just love coming to school and learning. It's very fun for me.
Education to me is really, really important. You need it everywhere you go. You need maths to do absolutely any job. You need to be able to speak properly and communicate with others. And in our future and when we become adults, we need to be able to work and do everything we learned in school. That's why we're here. You also need to get a job, and my future high school depends on me, and it's really, really important.
Guys, please make sure to keep on sending us such amazing content so we can share it with everyone in School Corner. With all that's happening around schools in Namibia, let's see what the varsity students are up to.
On page 8, we have a story on the Namibian Institute of Mining and Technology, where the management has decided to bring in a new March intake and a special intake for the 2022 academic year. Sadly, viewers, we've come to the end of this week's episode of Generation C. But please be sure to catch us next week for more information and insights on all things youth. From me, Jemima Ndebele.
And me, Reason Bok. Stay awesome and meet us again next week. Same time, same place. But from us, have a great day.
Bye.